Namo Phat. Good morning. Thanks for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The second mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I'm determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of other species on earth. We're reading Ajahn Chah's book, Everything is Teaching Us, for our Dharma lessons, and this morning we're continuing in a section of questions and answers on the Dharma talk, Monastery of Confucian. There was once a large pond full of fish. As time passed, the rainfall decreased and the pond became shallow. One day a bird showed up at the edge of the pond. He told the fish, "I really feel sorry for you fish. Here you barely have enough water to keep your backs wet. Do you know that not very far from here there's a big lake, several meters deep, where the fish swim happily?" When the fish in the shallow pond heard this, they got excited. They said to the bird, "It sounds good. How could we get there?" The bird said, "No problem. I can carry you in my bill, one at a time." The fish discussed it among themselves. "It's not so great here anymore. The water doesn't even cover our heads. We ought to go." So they lined up to be taken by the bird. The bird took one fish at a time. As soon as he flew out of sight of the pond, he landed and ate the fish. Then he would return to the pond and tell them, "Your friend is right this moment swimming happily in the lake, and he asks when you will be joining him." It sounded fantastic to the fish. They couldn't wait to go. So they started pushing to get to the head of the line. The bird finished off the fish like that. Then he went back to the pond to see if he could find any more. There was only one crab there. So the bird started his sales pitch about the lake. The crab was skeptical. He asked the bird how he could get there. The bird told him he would carry him in his bill. But this crab had some wisdom. He told the bird, "Let's do it like this. I'll sit on your back with my arms around your neck. If you try any tricks, I'll choke you with my claws." The bird felt frustrated by this, but he gave it a try, thinking he might still somehow get to eat the crab. So the crab got on his back, and they took off. The bird flew around looking for a good place to land, but as soon as he tried to descend, the crab started squeezing his throat with his claws. The bird couldn't even cry out. He just made a dry, croaking sound. So in the end, he had to give up and return the crab to the pond. I hope you can have the wisdom of the crab. If you're like those fish, you will listen to the voices that tell you how wonderful everything will be if you go back into the world. That's an obstacle ordained people meet with. Please be careful about this. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thanks for joining me today.